Welcome to Good Morning America's team. We've got something interesting to break down today because right now there's a ton of buzz around the Dallas Cowboys and the possibility of trading up in the 2026 NFL Draft. And this isn't just one report. You've got multiple top analysts all saying the same thing. Dallas moving up to pick number 6, potentially targeting linebacker Sonny Stiles out of Ohio State. Now, when you start seeing that kind of consistency across the board, that's when it stops being just noise and starts feeling real. So the question becomes, are the Cowboys about to make a major move? And if they do, is it actually the right one? We're breaking it all down right after this message. Hey everyone, Tommy Utah here. Let's talk about something we all deal with but rarely fix: poor sleep and that nagging neck stiffness. Waking up feeling stiff can ruin your entire day, especially for the gym goers and sports fans who push their bodies hard. That's why I want to show you the Darla Ergo. It's an engineered sleep solution designed for actual recovery and comfort. This butterfly design has targeted zones to keep your spine aligned, whether you sleep on your back, side, or even your stomach. It uses high-density memory foam and cooling technology so you're not tossing and turning, searching for the cool side of the pillow. When your neck is actually supported, you wake up ready to tackle the day. It's about sleep performance, pure and simple. If you want better rest and a more comfortable night's sleep, you owe it to yourself to check this out. Head to the link in our bio or description to learn more about Darla Ergo. Your neck will thank you.
It's go time. It's go time. It's go time. We going up like Coach Prime. Like Coach Prime. Like Coach Prime. We going up. It's go time. It's go time.
So the Cowboys are stirring up a lot of buzz around a potential trade-up in the 2026 NFL Draft. And it's kind of crazy how many analysts are all saying the same thing.
Definitely. Yeah, it's like every major name in football analysis, Mel Kiper, Dane Brugler, Todd McShay, are all painting the same picture. They're all saying the Cowboys could move up to pick number 6 with a deal involving the Browns.
Absolutely. And that kind of consistency across those voices really pushes it from just rumor to like something tangible, you know?
Right, exactly. It stops feeling like wild speculation. It starts feeling like almost inevitable.
And then there's the linebacker in the mix, Sonny Stiles from Ohio State. They're pinning this move on him. I mean, think about it. A true difference maker at linebacker is exactly what the defense needs. Not just another body, but someone who can instantly make an impact.
Yep, that's a key point. It really is appealing because, defense is not only about depth, but about really commanding the field, right? And if Styles comes in with size, speed, instincts, and production, he could be that spark the defense has been longing for.
Yeah, it's like the Cowboys are at a crossroads with their roster. They need someone who can sort of immediately change the energy, make plays, and really lead by example.
But, there's a lot to consider when you talk about the cost. The trade packages being floated around. One option seems to involve giving up picks 12 and 20 in return for that number 6 slot and a second rounder, while another option keeps pick 20 but adds extra later selections and a future second rounder. There's a real debate on which package makes the most sense.
And here's where things get interesting. On one hand, you're being aggressive to fill that major need. If Styles can really be the game changer, then trading up could be a no-brainer. But on the other hand, you've got other needs across the roster. It's like, do you really want to sacrifice a lot of draft capital for one position?
Exactly. And that's where I sort of have a small dissenting voice. I mean, if you lose too much draft capital, you might limit your flexibility in the future to address other spots. You could end up, being under-resourced in other key areas later on.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's definitely a balancing act. If the front office genuinely believes Styles is the missing puzzle piece at linebacker, the trade makes sense. But if they have a broader vision where they need to address multiple positions, then giving up those picks might be too risky.
Right on. It's almost like the Cowboys are at a fork in the road. One path is to, invest heavily in one immediate need and hope the rest of the pieces fall into place. The other is to maintain more draft assets, keeping the door open to balance all areas of their roster.
Exactly. And let's not forget, this kind of situation is what really defines a team's approach. Are they like a team on the brink of a breakthrough, or are they still playing catch-up by building depth?
Absolutely. Plus, the conversation isn't just about if Styles fits the bill. It's also about how the trade packages work out. The one package with picks 12 and 20 versus the alternative using a later selection with a future second rounder, each has its own pros and cons.
Yeah, it's like comparing two different investment strategies. One's high risk, high reward, and the other's more like spreading the risk across multiple seasons. It's a bit like if you were to invest in one star product versus diversifying your portfolio.
True, very true. And if you think about it, this decision might set the tone for the coming years. If the Cowboys go all in and it pays off with Styles becoming that anchor, it could breathe new life into the defense. But if he doesn't, then they've not only overpaid, but also sacrificed valuable picks that could have aided in other areas.
That's the big gamble, right? It's also a signal about how they view their current roster. I mean, if they're dropping draft capital on one player, it implies they see that player as a cornerstone for the future.
Yeah, definitely. And then there's the argument for being aggressive. I mean, missing out on a player like Styles could be pretty demoralizing if you're struggling to build a defensive identity. You want that momentum.
Exactly. It's like that thrilling moment in a game when you score a big play and suddenly the momentum shifts. If the Cowboys believe this move could be that turning point, then it's a calculated risk they have to take.
I could see that. But coming back to the flip side, if the organization feels that there are too many areas needing improvement, then holding on to those picks might actually offer more long-term value by allowing them to fill several gaps.
Right. It's about whether they are betting on one game-changing player or whether they prefer to have a more balanced build-up. The trade's implications extend well beyond just one position.
Exactly, yeah. And then there's the cost factor. It's not just the draft capital on the table. The way the trade is structured with different pitch packages shows how opinions vary on what the right price really is for someone of Styles' potential caliber.
Yes, and that really brings us back to the big picture. The Cowboys' decision is a reflection of their confidence in their current roster and overall strategy. Are they ready to carve out a future with a revamped defense headlined by a linebacker like Styles, or are they playing it safe and retaining flexibility?
For sure. And you got to wonder, does this kind of move signal a broader change in their organizational philosophy? Like, are they entering a phase where they become more aggressive in addressing immediate team needs rather than waiting for a holistic buildup?
Definitely, it's a pivotal moment. The choice to trade up, especially under the weight of consistent analysis from top pundits, shows ambition but also carries risk. It's like the Cowboys are saying, we believe we're one piece away from a breakthrough.
That's a strong message. But then isn't it also possible that they might be overestimating the impact of one player? I mean, sometimes a single player, even one with high upside, might not instantly transform the entire defense. There's always the chemistry factor to consider.
That's a fair point. It's a valid critique. Even a player with ideal metrics might take time to gel with the team. Yet if Styles truly possesses that leadership quality and innate talent, he might just be what they need to ignite a shift from day one.
Interesting perspective. And then there's the financial element of draft picks. These aren't just abstract numbers. They represent the potential for future stars. Surrendering too many might mean that even if Styles is a hit, the depth of talent coming in later could suffer.
True, and it all comes back to evaluating which risk is more acceptable to the front office. They have to weigh the benefit of a potential immediate upgrade against the cost of future flexibility and
it's really a
talent.
tough decision. And honestly, it's that very uncertainty that makes this scenario so fascinating. The Cowboys, analysts, and fans alike are all watching to see which route they'll choose. Will it be an all-in aggressive play or a more prudent, balanced approach?
Exactly, and that decision might very well set the tone for the franchise's next era. It's like they're at a fork, literally. One path is a high-risk, high-reward gamble on one standout player, and the other path bets on distributed improvement through multiple draft selections.
Absolutely. And it's kind of exciting to think about the future implications, right? If the data and consensus from expert analysts like Kuiper, Brugler, and McShay hold true, then this move might not only flip the narrative for the Cowboys defense, but also impact their entire strategic approach moving forward.
Yeah, it's like they're all saying this is our moment to redefine our defense. And if Styles is really the answer, then the risk might just be worth it.
True, right? But still, I'd be remiss if I didn't note that trading away valuable picks could, in the long run, leave holes in other parts of the team they might already be scratching their heads over.
For sure, and that's where the inherent debate lives. It's one of those classic win or lose scenarios in sports management. The aggressive upgrade could turn out great if everything clicks, but if one piece doesn't fall into place, then they might regret losing out on building depth over time.
Exactly. And there's also the aspect of risk management. After all, every draft move is like a gamble. Some teams love taking those leaps, while others prefer to stay conservative with their assets until they can be 100% sure.
Yes, and it really depends on the vision that the Cowboys front office holds for the team's ultimate direction. If they're in a now or never mindset with their defense, then a bold move makes sense. Otherwise, building depth slowly might be wiser.
Right. I guess when you think about it, the dialogue around this potential trade up isn't just about Styles himself. It's a commentary on how NFL franchises balance immediate impact versus long-term planning.
Absolutely. And the way this conversation is evolving among analysts and within the Cowboys' own strategy circle tells us that this decision might reverberate through the upcoming seasons. It's a defining moment for how they address both their strengths and weaknesses.
For sure. So whether you're on team aggressive or team prudence, one thing's certain: the Cowboys have set the stage for an intriguing offseason, and the ripple effects of whichever path they choose are bound to be felt for years to come. At the end of the day, this all comes down to one question: do you trust what you're building, or do you go make the move to fix it right now? Because if the Cowboys truly believe Sonny Stiles is that guy, then you don't sit back and hope he falls to you. You go get him. But if you're not 100% sure, then you better be real careful giving up that kind of draft capital. Either way, this is the kind of decision that can shape your entire defense moving forward. We'll see how it plays out. Thanks for watching Good Morning America's Team. Shout out to America's Team Network and Clem Dynasty Productions for making this all possible.
It's go time. It's go time. It's go time. We going up like Coach Prime. Like Coach Prime.